So you want to work on crafting a concise and compelling pitch that introduces you to other people and tells them everything they need to know about you in that particular setting in a very short amount of time. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about an underrated art, which is the art of working a room. It is so important in so many different areas of life and can definitely come in handy to help you reach the success that you're hoping for. So stick around. If you're new here, my name is Amber. I am a lifestyle and career coach, also a certified motivational speaker, and I am more so putting on my career coach hat today as we go over this topic about working a room in a professional setting is where I'm mostly going to be focusing on, but the tips that I share in this video can definitely apply in other areas of your life as well. So whether you're at a networking event, a party, or anything in between, the tips that I share in this video can be helpful for you. Mastering the skill of working a room can open up so many doors and new opportunities that are going to help you thrive and achieve all of your goals. And something that I want you to remember throughout everything we're talking about in this video is that you always deserve to be there. So when you walk into a room, act like it. Own the space, show off your presence, and let them know that you're here and you're here to stay. So for the sake of kind of just streamlining things in this video, I'm going to be using like career examples and career events for speaking about the different things that I want you to put into practice when you're learning the art of working a room. But again, it can apply in so many different areas. So if it's for a different field or arena, feel free to apply the same logic and ideas to that area. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you're working the room is understanding the environment. What is the room? Who's in the room? What is this event for? And then once you get a really good feel for the atmosphere and the vibe, you can figure out who the key players are. So you're gonna be looking for individuals or groups of people who you can network with, help you build your clientele, or simply learn something from that's going to help you in your career. This is just an initial step that's going to set the stage for effective networking. Go up to those people and introduce yourselves. Don't be rude, do not interrupt, but find a moment when they are kind of getting out of a conversation or they're sitting on their own to go up, introduce yourself, and get into a brief conversation. It doesn't have to be anything long, drawn out, or super intense, or super detailed. A simple hello, let them know what you do, let them know something that you admire about them, create a way for you all to connect and follow up, and then move on. Now, we've talked about how you can approach others, but what about yourself? Another thing that's important to keep in mind is that you want to have that approachability factor, and a big piece of having that is related to your body language. So maintain very open body language, don't cross your arms, have great posture, don't look away, don't be distracted by your phone. Really focus on engaging with everyone in the room by simply walking in, keeping your head up, giving a smile, and making eye contact with a few people. These nonverbal cues create a very inviting presence, which then makes it easier for people to come up and approach you. They're gonna think, oh, this is such a nice person, or this is an interesting person. I wanna go over to them and have a conversation. So now you don't have to do all of the work of initiating. People will come to you and they can get to know you even better just by the fact that you were approachable and welcoming and you had something interesting going on that drew them in. Okay, so now you're in conversation. What do you say? So like I mentioned earlier, you want to keep it brief, just a simple introduction, which is often known as an elevator pitch. So you want to work on crafting a concise and compelling pitch that introduces you to other people and tells them everything they need to know about you in that particular setting in a very short amount of time. Definitely focus on highlighting who you are, what you do, your skills and attributes, and basically what you bring to the table. This is gonna, one, set you apart, and it's also going to help you make a lasting impression. I don't know why I did this, probably because I'm just slightly unhinged, but actually the CEO of my company at our retreat, she was like, Amber, it's so nice to meet you in person. I remember doing the interview with you. So for this role, I had to do 5 rounds of interviews. The last round was with one of the co-CEOs. And she was like, and on your interview, when you were asked basically like, you know, what growth do you see for yourself or what would make you unhappy at this company, you were like, well, I'm gonna try my best. And I think that this is a company that has great values and actually sticks to what they say and transparency and all that stuff. But honestly, if it's not working, I'm just gonna move on and we can part ways amicably. And I'm like, Did I say that in my interview? Look, it is what it is. They hired me, thankfully, anyways. But sometimes that honesty is something that makes you stand out. So she's like, okay, so tell me, like, how is our equity? How is our transparency? Are you happy in your role? Are you looking elsewhere? Like, opening that door for that type of communication with one of the biggest decision makers in the company was very, very crucial and important for me in my career growth as I continue to move up. It's nice to know that she already knows the type of person that I am, how my outlook is, but also she appreciates that, and we can get to know each other even more personally and professionally, and she can see that I do have like the company's best interest in mind, but also like I am a person who loves balance and is going to also focus on doing what is best for me. And so we're kind of working together to make sure that what's best for me and what's best for the team always can be in harmony and go hand in hand. So I'm not saying to just be completely wild and share all of that the first time you meet someone, especially someone who is making a hiring decision about you. But if you share something interesting that makes you stand out, it can make a very good first impression and it can make a difference in the long run. So a simple elevator pitch without as many details as I shared will definitely suffice. But it's not all about talking, it's also about listening and active listening to be specific. You want to show genuine interest in the other people or other person that you are speaking with. You can do this by listening attentively and also asking very thought-provoking questions. And then if they're asking you those thought-provoking questions as well, you want to make sure that you're, again, responding thoughtfully and tactfully and with consideration of so many different factors. Remember, this is your chance to make a memorable first impression. So you don't want to seem like you're flighty or you're not focused or you're not paying attention to detail by not remembering what's going on in the conversation. So quiet the thoughts in your mind, quiet all the noise around you, and really focus on engaging with that person. Another great thing that's good to do is like a personal prose where you're listening to their vocabulary and their perspective, and you're able to create a conversation where you're engaging on something that interests them. You don't have to agree with them necessarily. However, the fact that you're on the same page, you're going in the same direction, really guides a great conversation. So let's say you went to this great networking event, you had fantastic conversations with people, you employed active listening, you had great posture, you were smiling, working the room, getting to know people, being honest and open and having vulnerable but amazing professional conversations. And then it all goes nowhere. That is where the art of follow-up comes in. The networking doesn't end simply because the networking event is over. So follow up with the connections that you've built and focus on building those meaningful relationships. Yes, in a professional setting, you are focused on mostly professional things, but people may share a few personal things like, yeah, my kids have been sick, or we're traveling to this place over the summer. So try to keep those things in mind and reach back out, check in on their kids, see how their trip was, give them any tips if you've been to that location before. It doesn't have to always be so strict and focused on the professional aspect. It can focus on the little tidbits that you shared and picked up in conversation naturally as well. So I always like to connect with people on LinkedIn. I think that is the only appropriate form of social media to share out when you are networking with someone professionally. Do not give them your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, anything like that, unless you are someone who's like a content creator. Obviously that's different. What you share is going to be different, but in a generalized professional setting, give them your LinkedIn profile, which hopefully is focused on professionalism. Connect with them there and just keep up with them. Like the content that they post, engage with them, and then also from there it may develop into hopping on Zoom for a catch up every now and then, or going to grab coffee or tea and things like that. But remember, consistent communication is key if you want to continue to build your network and to nurture those relationships as you are growing within your career. So by practicing and mastering the techniques that I shared in this video, I really hope that you feel equipped to navigate any professional setting, walk into the room like you deserve to be there, and enjoy the experience as you continue to grow, build, and thrive in your professional career. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Affirmations with Amber.